Welcome in. Thank you for hanging out here on YouTube. I hope you're having a lovely day. We're making cookies, then we're gonna make ice cream sandwiches. We already made the ice cream offline the other day, but we're gonna turn the ice cream into cookies today. We're making chocolate chip cookies from this book, 100 Cookies by Sarah Kiefer. We're making the soft chocolate chip variety. They are actually soft chocolate chip cookies. I've made them, they're delicious. My name's Lou, it's nice to have you. This is a live stream. This is a home cooking stream. We do baking, we do vegetable forward family meals. We do meal prep, we do recipe development on stream. It is all about food and conversation. The chat is down here or here if you're on the vertical stream. And it's nice to have you. Welcome in. Please like and subscribe. All right, so we're gonna get started here. We're making these soft chocolate chip cookies. We gotta get out our ingredients. First thing I wanna do is see if I have enough sugar to double this recipe, because it would be nice to make enough ice cream sandwiches, and this says it makes 20 cookies. I'd love to have at least, it would be nice to have, you know, a bunch of ice cream sandwiches plus some cookies, because I love cookies. Yeah, bitch! You know what I mean? Cyborg, welcome in. Hello. Why is the volume, this is rhetorical, but why is the volume of my computer so absolutely high? Oh, right. It's because I was doing stuff with the volume and I wasn't streaming. I was like, that was a lot. That was a very loud one. Welcome. Okay, so my butter is out. Flour, baking soda, and salt. Let's get the flour, baking soda, salt. I need, if I want to double this recipe, I need 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, which, yes, I have, so we can double this. Brown sugar, regular brown sugar. It doesn't say anything about light or dark, so let's see, how much do I need? 150, 300 grams total. So I'm probably gonna mix, I'm gonna use up all of one of these and then we'll mix in another. 2 large eggs. Let's get the eggs out. I got this big container of eggs, but I think there's only 4, there's only 3. Aww. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna use all of those plus, no, we're gonna use 1, 2 of the, so I have different types of eggs. I got 2 good eggs. These are like good farm fresh, free range, organic eggs that I got at the farmer's market today. And then I have the 18 pack of none of that white eggs from the grocery. So we're gonna do 1 of each per recipe. And then semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate, or 1 1/4 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Okay, so I have plenty of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I also have mini chocolate chips in there, so if I run out of these, what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna mise en place my all of my ingredients for a double batch, and if I'm like out of something, we're gonna rebalance, because I don't want to use like dark brown sugar in one recipe and light brown in another. If I, you know, so we'll figure it out. Okay, adjust the oven rack to the middle of the oven, preheat the oven to 350, line 3 sheet pans with parchment paper. Okay, so this calls for parchment paper. I used parchment paper here before, I believe. I don't recall if I mean, I know that I've used parchment before. I don't recall if I used parchment the last time I made this, or if I made it on the silicone mats. I'm going to use parchment though, because that's what it calls for. And I probably did use parchment last time. And this, what I love about these pans is they're big enough that the parchment like pretty much lays flat from the start, and I don't have to do anything with it. I don't have to like flatten it or crumble it or adjust it. I just kind of fold it over at the edge a little bit. Oh my God, fellas, that's really funny. Put good humor bars in the grill. Have you ever come across the person on TikTok or Instagram or one of those networks that's that does like cursed food on like the top of a flat top grill? I've seen them do like big containers of ice cream on there, and then like it just melts at the end, and I'm like, what are we doing? It'll be like ice cream and ravioli or something awful. It's so bad. In a medium bowl, whisk together the flour, baking soda, and salt. So actually, I think I can double this recipe straight out of the gate here. I don't, 4 cups of flour. No, I can't. 4 cups of flour, 5 cups of flour would be a lot to put in my mixing bowl. Okay. Let's read this through. Whisk together the flour, baking soda, and salt. In the bowl of a stand mixer, beat the butter on medium speed until creamy. Add the sugar and brown sugar and beat on medium until light and fluffy. Scrape down the sides, add the eggs, vanilla, add the flour, add the chocolate, form the dough. Okay, so we're gonna do we're gonna mise en place all of my ingredients, then we're gonna do one batch at a time. It's all pretty straightforward. So we're gonna do as much of this in one as we can, or not as much. We're gonna measure out as many things as we can. Okay, so I'm gonna do this by weight, obviously, and let me wash my hands. It is a hand washing time. Oh, I didn't turn my little stream phone on back here. I don't have any way to see the chat over at the sink. Ah, God. Last Bardu, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, we got to wash in the water. Where is that phone? There it is. Okay. I should also put my hat on. Let's do that. This is like a dad hat. This is like the quintessential dad hat fit. There we go. Okay. 355 grams of flour in each of these containers. I need more flour in this container. Now, flour is not something I am lacking. Flour is something we have lots of. We still have an enormous bag of flour. Last Bardu, it is just for home today. We're not doing, this is not Cookie Club things. We have had Ash on stream already. We will see Ash again. Would you like to see Ash? He's over here. I'll grab him. I'll grab him and show him to you. Because he's just hanging out. And, and they're used to being grabbed. I do not see... Oh, I see the other one too. I see two cats. There's 2 cats in this room right now. We have Ash, who is happily over at the counter here. Come here, bud. Okay. Here's Ash. Here he is. Here he is again. Ash, you've been busy today. This is a busy Ash day on stream. This is the gray baby. Ash, have you gone cross-eyed? He has. He's a baby. Ash is the babiest of all of the cats. He's the one who has the most uh, baby-like tendencies. Oh, this is a sweet boy. Moonlit, hello. Robbie, hello. He's just chilling. He chilling. Should we get Obi too? Obi's fast asleep on the on the seat, the kitchen at the kitchen table. He is getting Obi would mean waking him up and disturbing his peaceful cat slumber. We should do it. We should get Obi. Hold on. Obi's rare. We don't see Obi on stream as much. He's usually not in the room. So let's see if we can get him. Hey bud. Oh, big orange boy. Come here. Oh, babe. He was curled up and asleep. He was curled and asleep. I picked him up and he's still curled. He's a sleepy. This is OB. This is Obi. Oh, what was that? Oh, he's so snoozy right now. He's very snoozy. Yeah, Bardu, this is OB, like the letters OB stand for orange boy. That's why he's named OB. All right. Before he wakes up too much, I'm going to put him right back down where he was. This is the calmest this cat ever is. He's being so good. Ah! There we go. Tidy Whities, welcome in. Hello. We do have a calico, and we have an ash on the counter. Shoo. We have an ash. We have an orange, a tabby, and a calico. And they're triplets. So the three of them are literally triplets. They're 15 months old. 16 months old. They're about to be 16 months old. They were bottle-fed kittens. My partner literally bottle-fed them from when they were, I don't know, like 30 hours old. Like 30 hours old. So they have been they're very acclimated to people. They're super friendly. And the other nice thing is because they all grew up together, they don't bite. They're all like, they're not very non-aggressive. Because they play with each other. They like when they wanna get a little aggression out, they like do that with each other and not with people, and that's really nice. Yeah, we should collect them all. I think there's if we ever got a long hair tuxedo cat to foster, I am pretty keenly aware that we would end up keeping it. Because Gwen, for her whole life, for as long as I've known her, well, when she was a kid, she had a tuxedo cat who I met in his old age. And forever, she's been saying, I want a long hair tuxedo cat. So I know that if we ever end up like fostering a specifically a long hair tuxedo, we're going to end up keeping him. We or her, whatever. We're going to end up keeping them. We did foster a short hair tuxedo. That would be Clifford for anyone who was around. For the who caught Clifford on stream. We did foster a short hair tuxedo who was super sweet and really lovely, but not a long hair. Not a long hair. It needs to be a long hair tuxedo. There's very specific requirements. Okay. Teaspoon of baking soda. Confirmed this is baking soda. Yes. Okay. It's important to confirm baking soda. Bardu, all of our cats are very much just babies. They're not even quite finished growing. They're almost finished growing, but they're not quite there yet. I still see them changing in terms of their still see them changing regularly. They're fleshing out. They're just getting larger. I've only ever been foster failures. Well, we had a few come through the house before we ended up keeping some. I think we have 3. And 3 is a lot. Right now, there are 5 cats in the house. Link got adopted on Friday. The person who's going to adopt Gannon, their application is approved, so Gannon's gonna get adopted on like Thursday or Friday, and then the same 2 people that adopted Pluto and Saturn, who have different names now. The people who adopted them are going to adopt Zelda as well, which is awesome because Zelda played with Pluto and Saturn when they were here, so they already know each other, which is kind of amazing. Okay, 3/4 of a teaspoon salt. So let's get 1/2 and 1/4. Isn't it hard saying goodbye? Sort of, but also I think knowing part of like that process is like knowing where they're going, which is always really helpful. Like when this was last fall, we had 2, Cookie and Elliot, who got adopted together. And like we get updates about them. So it is like difficult being like, oh, you're cute, goodbye, you know. But like Link got adopted last week on Friday, and one of Calvin's friends from school, their family adopted him. And like that, his friend from school was like texting their friend group like all these pictures of the cat and like, oh, the cat's so cute, look at him. So it's nice. It is. I don't love when they go into the unknown and we don't know what happens. Like we don't have any visibility into it afterward. But I do like when we get that like feedback loop of like, oh, that cat went to like a good home and here they are happy. Butter, add the sugar and brown sugars. So I need granulated and brown sugars. Okay, so we're gonna add, so the granulated sugar I can add because that's just one specific volume and it's only granulated sugar. The brown sugars, I wanna make sure I have an equal, or yeah, that I have a balance of the 2 different dark and light brown between the 2. So granulated sugar, I need 150 grams. So we're just going to make it with the granulated sugar. So before I bake anything else, I'm going to need to buy more granulated sugar. That was 150, 47, 48, 49, 150. Okay. I do love when we get updates about the cats, though. That is like, it makes my day. And it is fun too to see the pictures that people will send to Gwen of like these cats. Because when they depart the house, they are kittens, very small, tiny, teeny tiny kittens. Like Gwen gets them as bottle feeders, which is not what you see in the shelter. She gets them when they're like 1, 2, 3 days old. and raises them to the point where they are able to be adopted, like the minimum age of adoption. So when you go to a shelter and you see like kittens in the shelter, they're usually younger or older than the ones that we have. So when I see them, like when they leave this house, they are like teeny tiny still. So it's fun to see when they are like, 3 months old and they're actually big. And you're like, oh, cool. Ava says, I only like kittens after you don't have to rub their butts anymore. I know. It's so gross. It really is. It really is kind of gross. When they're like that young and you have to like help them poop. Now, granted, I don't do a lot of that. I do very little of that. So my role is mostly like being a cheerleader. But occasionally I do have to like step in and, and help. And it's definitely gross. 300 grams of brown sugar. Okay, so we're going to use up the rest of the light brown sugar. When does that stop? Moonlit, that stops. That stops when they're like a month old. They just don't know how. They physically don't know how. You're literally like, you have to like stimulate that part of their body with a paper towel to mirror or to mimic the adult, the mom cat. I was going to say the adult. I'm like, it's always the mom cat doing that. And like, you're basically teaching that muscle how to work on their body. It might be, I don't know exactly the exact timing. It's different. It's like as soon as you put down like a really basic like little litter box in their pen, and they just kind of start using it at some point, and then it's like, and then it's on. Then they're good. Like once they start, they're good. Except in the case of Ash, who took like a year to figure out how to use the litter box and not just poop in the corner. Broccoli, welcome in. Hello. Hello. Yeah, Moonlit, 6 weeks is about right. It's somewhere in there. And it depends. Developmentally, some of them go sooner, some of them go later. Avo, hello. Or Amy, hello. Avo, also, hello. But Amy G, welcome in. Yeah, floor pooper. Ash took a while to figure out a lot of things. He's good now, but for a while we were like, is this gonna be forever? Like, is he going to poop on the floor always? That's gonna be annoying. Gonna be really annoying. Fortunately, he figured it out. Okay, so we have granulated sugar and then brown sugar. I need 150 grams of brown sugar in each of these little containers. So that's about half. Should be exactly half, in fact. So I put 2 different types of brown sugar in here, and I whisked it together so that it's sort of evenly blended, and we're going to measure out the brown sugars now. We're not really measuring, we're just putting the brown sugar. I'm hoping that it's measured well and doesn't need to be 150. 150 in each. Beautiful. Okay, we already have our butter over here. Butter is like softening. Eggs are here. Those just get cracked in separately. I'm gonna crack the eggs into containers too, because that way I don't need to worry about shells into the mixture. We'll do those in glass. And then we'll put the eggs and vanilla. Add the eggs and vanilla. Okay, so we'll put the eggs in here and then the vanilla in here, and then we'll be able to get started with the mixing. I think. Should be. And in the litter box does not mean the rest of her's in there, Avo. Oh my God. That's funny. They love It is interesting because with the way that the litter training happens, it's just like a little bit of litter in like a flat pan, and if you're not careful, they will associate like cool flat surface with litter box, which is I think what happened with Ash, and then he just decided that any cool flat surface, meaning the floor, was the right place to go to the bathroom. So figuring that out afterward, like fixing that, took a little while. We also have those litter robots, the big like round litter robot, because when you have more than 5 cats, you need something that's automatic. The litter robot also he was like very uncertain about. So we need 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract per batch. One, and then we're just going to measure with my heart here. Okay, perfect. He started peeing out of his litter because he learned it from dealing with an unfixed female who harassed him. Harassment, cats harassing each other during like their young, very young stages, like those interactions, all of it is, it can, I mean, it can compile. It definitely can compile, Moonlit. There's probably most certainly an element of that. You know, if you have one cat that's more antagonistic to the others, you know, and they're antagonistic and like, hey, every time they come near the litter box, they get like scratched at, then they won't use the litter box. Like, they're not dumb. They do learn. They're very, they do learn, for better or for worse. Okay, I also am going to add, eventually I want to roll the edges of these chocolate chip cookies in chocolate chips, like the ones that you get at the, from the ice cream truck. So, oh, what the heck just fell off the counter? Something just fell off the counter. Oh, Ash's prescription. Cool. Great. So we should be good here. I got everything in. Oh, the chocolate. I need to, let's measure out the chocolate. And I think, I'm just doing this by weight. It gives weights for this. 226 grams of semi-sweet chocolate chips. So I am not going to have enough in this. I'm not going to have enough in here. So what I'm going to do is this. We're going to do big and small. So there's the bigs. 226 times 2, 200, 400, 40, 52. 452. So I want 452 grams. And then we'll use the rest of these to roll on the outside. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Moonlit. The change in venue, the addition of another animal, stress. So like the big overarching reasoning there is just stress. That definitely makes sense. And then like, yeah, once they learn the behavior, it is hard to correct it. All right, chocolate chips, 226. Cats are very affected by stress in that exact way, like what you're describing, like change of atmosphere plus the addition of another animal. I know, and it's hard. It's hard to like get them out of it too. Okay, chocolate's done. Chocolate. So We've adjusted the oven rack. We've preheated the oven. Whisk together the flour, baking soda, and salt. I didn't whisk them together, but like, we'll just do that in here. That's totally fine. It's hard to tell how they'll react to. And it sounds like maybe, if I'm interpreting maybe a little bit, and maybe forgive me if I'm inaccurate here, but it seemed like perhaps this was a one-sided concern. That there was one person concerned about that happening, and the care and tending of that specific animal, which is also very hard. I feel like with like for the way that we do the cat things around here, like Gwen is the lead. Gwen is the one who's like, this is what we're doing, this is what needs to happen, here's how, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, what do you need from me? How do you need me to support all of this? Like, whether or not I have an opinion is not relevant to what we do. I sort of see myself in my state with my cat. Well, you still have the cat, and I'm imagining that the cat is still a companion animal, even with the random urination on the floor. It was a whole mess. I'm sorry to hear that. Artist, welcome in. Hello. Happy Tuesday. I got a text message I need to respond to. We have, speaking of cats, we have a thing happening this evening. It works. 6 works. Okay. Okay, sorry. We have Calvin is helping someone else with their karate this evening, and I'm confirming with the parent that that's happening. Parent coordination. I know there was a cat on the counter. He's been around. He's very much around today. He's hanging out. I need 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature. So 1.5. Got it. And I just promised them that I'd have ice cream sandwiches when they got here at 6 p.m. So we're now like, we need to do this. You're not supposed to do litter while pregnant. I know. Oh. Yeah, Moonlit, that's frustrating. That's insane. I emptied the litter box 17,000 times this weekend. It's, yeah, that, I remember that when Gwen was pregnant, when I was like, oh, I'm on litter duty for the next months. Cyber says, watching the stream actually makes me feel better at the amount of cats I regularly have on my counter. See, this is what happens. One, this is why when we do Cookie Club, I put the cats in the basement and close the door. Because otherwise, they will be around. Ash is particularly around today. I don't know what's gotten into him today. Maybe he's just very needy. But he is particularly close and he's quite invested in chewing a variety of different things today. And it is what it is. Oh yeah, Moonlit, that is. You gotta spay and neuter your pets, Bob Barker says, and I happen to agree. They won't even adopt a cat. They won't. The shelter that Gwen works with, like, the cats are not adoptable until you spay or neuter them. thankfully. Ah! Woo! Ash, get out of the cabinet. I left the cabinet open for 2 seconds and he's in it. He's in the cabinet. Oh God, he's as far back in the cabinet as he can get. Jeez. Holy shit, these cats today. I say these cats as if it was just one. Elsie just broke a mirror and that was her contribution to the day. Okay, hold on. I gotta... Okay. Whisk together the flour mixer. In the bowl of stand, mix fit with the paddle. Beat the butter on medium speed until creamy, about 1 minute. Beat the butter. Don't beat the butter. I forget whether or not this was. I forget if I measured these out or just did them by hand. I forget if they were scooped or weighed. But we'll figure it out in just a minute here, because we're going to have cookies to make in a moment. Okay, cool. So beating the butter and sugar together, about a minute. Do that. Or no, sorry. Then we're going to add the sugar. Then the egg and vanilla. Then the flour. Then the chocolates. Oh, this says form the dough into 45-gram balls. Beautiful. Perfect. A question answered. Question answered. All right. This looks to be creamy, maybe, roughly. Yeah. Yeah. Moonlit, that sounds super stressful. I'm glad you are out of a stressful situation. I'm glad the family is out of what sounds like it was a very stressful situation. I think you're probably a stronger person for having gotten out, but I also, it's unfortunate that that's how people are kind of forced to develop strength in life sometimes. I am positive that removing yourself from a situation like that makes, it's never like difficult to do, or it's never hard to do. No, that's not what I mean to say at all. It's hard to do. It's never easy. And progressively, hopefully, things get better. It takes the invert. There's some sort of ratio of time for, like, it can't get better immediately, but it does eventually. Therapy. Yes, I went today. It was great. Highly suggested. Highly suggested. Beat a medium speed until light and fluffy, 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so we're adding the granulated sugar and the brown sugar. I'm gonna beat that on medium speed. I have mine in 15 minutes. Enjoy, or don't, or I hope it's productive. I go regularly as a little treat. I don't want to say that it's the highlight of the week, but it's an important part of it. For me. I would suggest it for anyone living in this world, if you can, and if it's within your means. If you have insurance that covers it, or if you can get an affordable therapist, worth doing. Very worth doing. We are, this is batch number 1. We're gonna do 2 batches. I think what I'm gonna do is measure out batch number 1. We're gonna get this into the oven as quickly as possible. So before I make batch number 2, we're gonna make the cookie balls and start baking them, because I need them to cool down a little bit, a lot of it, before they are ready to make into ice cream sandwiches. That said, I'm also going to make some space in my refrigerator to put a cooling rack so that I can just put the cookies out of the oven and get them a little bit like, out of the oven and ready to and cool for a few minutes, and then I'll put them directly into the refrigerator on the cooling rack so that they're like coming down a lot quicker. All right, we're gonna pause this timer and scrape my bowl down. Scraping my bowl. The sugar's about halfway there, but I'm getting some stuff coming up on the sides, so we gotta recalibrate. All right, locked and going. So about a minute and a half in on this mix. It says 2 to 3 minutes, so we're gonna get a few more spins in here. I'm gonna move. I feel like I'm gonna knock this stuff off the counter. So we're gonna move this over to the side here. I feel like I'm very close to just elbowing this whole thing of flour off the edge of the counter, and I really don't want to do that. I already cleaned up broken glass today. We don't need to clean up flour from everywhere. I actually mopped the floor here. I was mopping the hallway floor, and I was like, why waste a good mop bucket full of hot water? So we did. I did. It was fun. You got one of those mop buckets that you step on it and it spins the thing. Those are so great. Ash, get down. All right, we're about 2.5 minutes in. Things are looking pretty light and fluffy, I would say. All right, that is 3 minutes. Beautiful. Yes, definitely light. You know what? I'm going to give this another 30 seconds because I got a bit of sugar that was still kind of hanging out at the top. And the next one I'm going to beat a little bit faster. So let's give this another like 30 seconds here or so, just to incorporate the stuff that had come up on the side of the bowl. All right, that's looking great. Light, fluffy, creamed together butter and sugar. Beautiful. All right, we're going to turn that off. Now, we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl again. And then we're going to add the egg and vanilla. And mix until smooth. Egg and vanilla. Going in. Cool, cool. We're going to mix this until smooth. All right, that looks pretty good. Add the flour mixture and beat on low speed until just combined. Okay, so we're going to mix this in a little bit at a time. Just like little bits while the mixer is on low. Once this is all added, I'm going to scrape down the sides and the top of the mixer blade. And we'll mix this again for another couple seconds until it's completely combined. And then we add the chocolate. So this is a really easy, pretty straightforward cookie to make, which is good because the baking is not the end of the process today. The baking is the end of the cookie part of the equation. We've already made the ice cream. I cheated in a sense that I made the ice cream over the weekend. I didn't know I was going to make ice cream cookies. I made ice cream And what happened today was I was like, oh, what am I gonna do on stream today? Because I can't do an IRL. And I was like, oh wait, what should I do with all this ice cream? I was looking in the fridge for like inspiration, you know? And I was like, oh, I sure have a lot of ice cream in here. Let's do something with that. So that's what we're doing today. So we're scraping the bowl again. And then we're going to add the chocolate chips. Add the chocolate and mix into the batter on low speed. Amazing. Not and Getty, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a good one. Tuesday's a weird day of the week. Tuesday has odd energy. It's like far enough from the weekend in both directions that it's Tuesday feels like the most weekday of weekdays to me. Because it feels like there's a lot of week left to go on Tuesday. Whereas Thursday feels like the weekend is already here sometimes. Tuesday is the day that I feel good. If I have something going on the weekend, Tuesday's the day where I'm like, oh, I got plenty of time to like get ready for that. And Wednesday's the day I panic. I'm like, I don't have any time. So Tuesday's the day that I like need to get myself together with what I want to do for the rest of the week. Because if Wednesday comes and I haven't like thought about my packing list or like thought about what I'm taking in my backpack to that thing I'm going to, that's when I'm like, oh no, I'm behind. Okay, all of this is finished and we have our batter ready to go. So this beater we can take off of here and we're gonna get our oven's already preheated and my sheet pans are ready. So we're gonna pop cookies on the tray and just get moving with making these. I have pretty much a hard stop today at about 5:30, 5:45 really at the latest. So I'm not feeling crunched for time, but I do, I acknowledge that I am I don't want to be as freewheeling with my time as I usually am. I also want to acknowledge the fact that I made coffee at the beginning of this stream and forgot about it. It's sitting on the stove. I just saw it. I forgot that it's there. I'm going to have it though. I still kind of want it. I was thinking about it just this moment. I was like, man, I had the thought, I was like, that coffee that I had at the beginning of the stream wasn't really enough. I still feel like I could have more. Well, I didn't have any at the beginning of the stream. That was why. That's why it didn't feel like enough, because there wasn't any. Anyway, 45 gram balls, it says. Place 8 cookies on each sheet pan. So each sheet pan they're assuming that I have a smaller sheet pan than I do. So I think we're going to probably put like 12 per sheet pan. So if you do that all the time, you ever so what happens with me is we have coffee in a little carafe in the refrigerator. And before I was drinking like the thing out of this machine, this little like coffee pot on the stove, right? That was my primary coffee. Gwen and I were both drinking the same sort of thing out of the bottle. I would very frequently be like, oh, like I didn't finish my coffee this morning, and I would open the microwave to like put some more in, and there would be my glass. It would like my mug would just be in there. Because you heat it up. You don't forget about it necessarily, but like other stuff comes up, you know. Cut to 4 hours later, and you're like, I could go for a coffee right now. All right, 45 gram balls, perfect. So we're scraping, as opposed to doing the scoop, like the big cookie scoop. I'm using a spoon and just scraping the dough out that way because it's a little, what I get, I noticed that with the scoop, I'm uncertain whether or not I am getting all the dough out of the thing. I'm like, you know, if I pull 45 grams of dough out, like there's always stuff stuck in the scoop. Whereas with this, I can get like a clean spoon, right? Like the spoon is clean, and that's 45 grams. Get busy and forget. Totally. Yeah, it's very frequent that I will leave my mug on the counter or somewhere in the house. It's funny because Gwen does that too. I mean, I'll go downstairs, and whenever I go down to the basement, I go and collect all the stuff that's down there. There's like cups and bowls and plates and like glasses. Like it's definitely like, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm going to run the dishwasher. So I go down to the basement and like make sure I have all of the dirty stuff, you know? But often when I go and grab all of those mugs from downstairs, it's like all of them have coffee in the bottom of them. Like all of them. Like sometimes an inch, sometimes like, you know, just a centimeter or two. But all of them have like a little bit in them. It's very rare for a coffee mug to go start to finish. The only one that I finish like guaranteed is the first one of the day, because that happens in the morning. And more recently, I've been taking that, I'll make it as I'm getting ready to go to the gym, and then I will like take the mug with me on my walk to the gym, and I will finish it like as I'm walking in. That first one of the day is usually successful. Anything else after that depends. Really depends. I'm looking forward to the school year starting again in ways that are like, I'm looking forward to the routine again. The ability to like have the same schedule for 2 weeks in a row. Lovely. I don't mean like the exact same schedule, because obviously the school year is varied in its own ways. But like just knowing that Calvin is going to be out of the house and heading to school 5 days of the week, most weeks at the same time, amazing. Just honestly, like amazing. It's very dysregulating to have a different schedule every single week. And then some weeks is like much easier because camp starts early. This week is easy because he's able to walk to his camp. I don't have to get in a car to take him. But earlier in the summer, you know, he's leaving the house on foot at 8:15. One of the weeks earlier in the summer, he and I were leaving in a car at 8 a.m. and I wouldn't get back home until 10 a.m. Like, how do you deal with that? Those changes. It's difficult. It's difficult. Anyone who ever has like an opinion about like stay-at-home parents not managing things well, or like, oh, what do you mean you don't have enough time? You're a stay-at-home parent. Shut up. Like, okay. Let's think about that for just a second. All right. First tray of cookies is in the oven. These go in for bake the cookies 10 to 11 minutes. Bake for 8 minutes. Give the pan a tap. 2 to 3 minutes more. So 8 minutes, 8, 0, 0, and then 3 minutes more. So we're going to do 12 total and 8 total. Okay, cool. All right, so we're moving on to tray number 2. Moving on to tray number 2. Yeah, so folks, I think that there's this conception of like, you know, especially if you have school age kids, right? And there's a little truth to this, right? If you have young children who are at home, like preschool age, you know, maybe you're not in daycare, maybe you're just taking care of the kids at home. That is very different. Having the kids in the house all day, but even kids that are in school regularly, like there's still quite a bit of schedule nuance that has to happen for those kids. You're not figuring out what their entertainment is all day anymore, but you are still managing a household and the schedule of that household. I'm at the point in my summer where I'm like, hey, make yourself lunch for camp. And I'm at the point with Calvin where I need to get up in the morning still. He's not going to get up on his own. He is going to get up on his own, but like, he's not going to tell himself to eat breakfast sometimes. Like, he might, but I also, he in the morning, he needs a little like management, encouragement, etc. most mornings. But we are at the point where like I get up in the morning, I go to the gym, I come back, he's like just getting up. I am like, hey, what are you doing for breakfast? Make yourself a lunch. Reminder, you need to take your swimsuit. Like, where's your swimsuit? You know. And then he's like, oh, I don't know where this thing is. I need you to find this thing for me. That kind of thing. I have not yet hit the point where I could just be like, where he would do all of that on his own. And I don't imagine that will be the case. I imagine that for the rest of his time in this household, I will continue to be up in the morning when he's up. On a morning where we have things. Now, on Sunday morning, did I stay in bed until 9 a.m.? Yes, I did. Was he up at 6 a.m.? Yes, he was. Did he use his iPad for 3 straight hours on Sunday morning? Absolutely. Did I get a full night's rest? You bet. You bet. Yeah, it was great. So there's certain things where it is with the age that he's at, where it is nice, you know. He'll get up in the morning, he'll text his friends, and he'll figure out a plan for himself for the day sometimes, and that's lovely. Obi, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Knock the cat off the counter because he's trying to eat rubber bands. My IRL backpack is over on the table there, and it has a rubber band on the outside of it. And Obi really loves rubber bands, and he will eat them, like consume them if he can get them. So we got to stop him from eating rubber bands, just like we have to stop Ash from eating everything. I was watching Elsie the other day, and I watched her eat a large piece of dryer lint right off the floor. Just slurped it right up, swallowed it, and I was like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you? Turns out a lot. So Fluff, I don't do sleep in time very, very well. I feel guilty when I sleep in the morning. I feel not necessarily guilty, but I'm like, ugh, I wish I had that time back to do something else. I always do, every single time. If I sleep past like 8 a.m., I feel like negatively about myself, which is on me. That's 100% like a me problem, obviously. But it is a thing that does happen for me. I think I can fit one more cookie on this tray right here in the middle. I have like enough dough for literally one cookie. So we're going to try to scrape that off. I have enough dough for 1.5 cookies, actually. Oh, the elastic hair ties. Anything, so fluff. Anything at all. He's back. He's back. These cats have no chill today. No chill. Gwen was gone all weekend, and I think they're still kind of like coming down from her return yesterday. The excitement of like, mom's home, oh my god, you know. And so I think all of the cats are a bit feral. Okay, we're gonna let the ones in the oven go. Those are about 2 minutes away from needing to be tapped down. Let me take a hold on. Let's actually like put eyes on these. So these are looking really nice. They're very uniform in size. They are a nice rounded shape. I don't know how much more they're going to expand. I hope they expand a little bit more. When I say expand, I mean like get rounder. If they don't, it's okay, but I would like them to. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Maybe when I bang the pan down, they'll do that. I forget. Like I said, I've made these before, but not the. I didn't take any notes about them, so I am sort of figuring everything out again for the first time. Let me wash off the beaters for my cookies here, because when those second ones are in the oven, I am going to want to be making my next batch, because I want to be able to make and roll. So we're not taking a break here between cookies. I'm just going to clean off the mixer and the bowl and the paddle attachment and start that process again real quick right here. So bear with as I clean this out, because it has finished dough in it. I can't use it. I can't just like use it right away again, because I need to like cream the sugar and butter together, and there's already dough and flour in here. So you know, we gotta clean it between uses. Clean it between uses. Oh, timer's going off. That means that I need to open the oven and drop that pan a little bit. So this bowl is good. All right, let's open first. Let's stop the timer. I'm gonna open the oven, and I should have put my camera on the oven so we could see it. But here's let's see if this camera works. First off, sometimes it doesn't. Nope. Why doesn't it work? Oh, it doesn't work because it's literally not plugged in. Okay. So we got to do this, then this. Hold on. Sources, scenes. Where am I? Oh, I messed up I didn't mess up my OBS. My OBS is like in a weird. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Ah, I did it again. Hold on. Stove, activate. Ah, sorry. Hold on. I messed it up. There we go. Okay. We did it. Okay, that's what the stove looks like. Now, it's probably also going to be a bit weird and yellow. It is. There we go. Let's fix that. Do a little extra exposure plus a little white balance adjustment. Cool. Okay, so let's open the oven and take a look at these cookies. This is what we're working with right now. They're looking good, looking soft. Drop this pan, kind of give those a little, too much. Go. Close that up and put that right there. That looks to be about right. All right. And then we'll come back here. We got a few more. Let's see. What are we looking for? Edges are just turning golden brown. The center is still soft. 3 to 3 minutes more. Okay. 10 to 11 minutes total. Perfect. Okay, so that's fine. We're ready to go with this. Let me get my cooling rack out for the pan. When those come out. And then we're ready to go. When we are finished with the cookies in the oven, I'm going to put a quiche in the oven because that's what we're going to have for dinner tonight. Because I just decided if the oven's on, then we're gonna leave it on and we're gonna use it. So put the quiche in there afterward. Okay, so we're gonna cream together our butter, or cream our butter in here first, then sugars, then the egg, then everything else. Lychee Buns, welcome in. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Thank you for the raid. Thanks for bringing friends. Nice to see you. For folks who just joined us, follows are silent. There's no alerts, there's no sounds, there's no, I won't say hi to you if you hit the follow button. Just FYI. It's Shart. Oh, hello. I like your new name. Is this a new name? Is this are we trying it out? How do we feel? Do we like it? I love lychee buns sound great, honestly. Oh, my Twitch made her do it. Oh no. Oh. That sucks. I'm sorry. That's frustrating. That's frustrating. Like, truly. Because your name was fun. If not questionable by some folks. Not me. I feel like the first time you were in chat was after coming in from Zach's stream, and I was like, this is normal. This is very normal. Because it is. Just saying. Worma, I got you. Thank you. Yeah, I was basically like, you came in from Zach's stream, and I was like, oh, okay. That seems like a pretty normal name for the folks coming from this from their corner of the internet. It's good to be known, right? Okay, so that was about a minute. We're gonna pop the sugars in here. Turn this off. Sugars, and then 2 to 3 minutes with the sugars. So again, I said I wanted to mix this at a little bit higher speed this time than the last. So once the sugars are starting to incorporate, which they are, we're gonna turn this up. My timer went off for the cookies in the oven, so in just a moment here, we're gonna take a look in the oven. Once I decide this mixer isn't gonna walk its way off the counter, which it might. Okay, come on over and take a look in the oven. These smell done, but let's see if they look done. I think they do. They're a little brown around the outside. They're still soft in the center. So that is what we were told to expect. We're going to pop this next tray in. I'm going to close up the oven. I'm going to put these onto our cooling rack. These look good. I think they look pretty much as expected. So we're going to let these cool on the tray here for a little bit. Not too long, because once we get the cookie dough done, we'll need to, we're going to recalibrate. Hold on, 12. We need to set a timer for this. That is 120 minutes. That's not accurate at all. Okay. My battery is going to die on my thing here. I wonder what kind of battery does this takes. AAA, of course. Let's scrape down the sides of this bowl while we're working. No, I don't want to open it. I just want to stop the mixer. Okay. So we're at about 2 minutes of mixing here. Friends who just joined us from Lychee Buns' stream, welcome in. My name's Lou. It is nice to have you. This is a cooking stream. I did mention that follows are silent and anonymous. We do cooking here, lots of conversation. I do mostly vegetable forward family meals. We do some meal prep. Obviously, we do some baking. We bake cookies at least once a month. We also get out in the world for IRL streams occasionally, not today. Planned to today. We didn't today, but it's nice to have y'all. Welcome. Thank you for hanging out. We are not, Sofa, thank you for the link to the cookie club. I should note that we are not doing a cookie club this month. So I'll say more about that in just a moment, in about a minute here, once this mixer is not creating a lot of background noise. Let's prepare to get these cookies off that tray. Okay. It doesn't say anything about cooling. It does. It says they'll deflate as they cool on the tray. So we're going to let these cool for a few minutes longer. I'm going to get another sheet pan out so I can just roll cookies onto that as opposed to waiting for that tray. So almost 3 minutes for my sugar and butter mix. Once that's done, we'll be ready to add the eggs. So got one batch of cookies out of the oven, one batch of cookies in the oven, and then, not batch, sorry, one tray out, one tray in, and then we're working on our second batch. That's what I mean to say right now. So that is about 3 minutes. I'm going to turn that off. Let's scrape this down. Let's add our ingredients, our egg. I'm gonna add our egg. And vanilla. The egg and vanilla are in here. So lock that in. Stir until just combined, it says. Until smooth. Actually, it says until smooth for this step, not just combined. The next step is the flour. And that is stir until just combined. Oh, I got a little sugar on the outside. Outside? The upper side. Up. Oh, God, just stop talking. Okay, just combined is what we're looking for with this flour. This looks pretty smooth, so we're going to put this on low and slowly mix in my flour here. Once I have this container emptied, pause and scrape. Pause and scrape. I think Calvin is home. I hear him. I heard the door open. Okay. He's home pretty early. Usually takes him more time to get home. But there's kids out front playing basketball, so I'm hoping that he stays and plays basketball out front for a little while instead of coming in and playing Roblox. Because IRL play is much nicer than Roblox play. In my opinion, which is in fact an opinion. Okay. There we go. Mix this in. If not Roblox, we're going to do some chores. If not basketball. All right, this is mixed in, and now we mix the chocolate in. Mix the chocolate mix into the batter on low speed. It took 25 minutes to walk home. Let's say I just said usually you're home later than this. Like usually you don't walk in the door for another 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, I feel like maybe you stay there longer some days. Okay. Okay. Sounds reasonable. Who's out front? Oh, they're inside playing Fortnite? Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Dawn told me they're not allowed to have screens during the week. So.
Maybe it's different during the summer or something.
I don't know. I got very jealous. We're not starting that? Okay. Are you going out front for a little bit? Or are you, you're not going to go play outside? Okay. Check.
Are you going to be done
Go ahead.
by the time Lena gets here?
Yeah, I'm planning to be finished, totally finished and ended by the time your thing is at. And I confirmed that they're going to come over at 6.
Okay.
And they're right around the corner, so they're going to be on time.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yes, get some water. It's hot out. Will you consult your responsibilities over there and see if there's things that need to get done? Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. There's plenty of things that are like multiple days old.
Yeah.
I don't think you have any laundry.
I do.
Okay. Well, do like see how many of those things you can clear here, because you're behind on a few of them. You're sweaty, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot outside.
It is hot outside. Cookies we have cookies over here that are finished. Cookies in the oven, and then I've got cookies on the make here. So I'm gonna make some ice cream sandwiches. That's next, once those are cooled off. Look at how sweaty this child is. He's gross. He's had an active. He's been active. Did you just say burp?
I said burp.
Oh,
And then I
okay.
burped.
Okay.
Too late to do that.
Well, I mean, you can do that from today, right? You can take whatever lunch you. It is, but today I want you to take, like every day, you should be taking the lunch out of your backpack.
Well, yeah.
Your wet clothes out of your backpack.
Yeah.
All of that.
I didn't actually use my change of clothes today.
So it's just dry. Your change of clothes is still just dry?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you can leave that in there. But if you have any leftover lunch. All right, come on over to the oven here, y'all. We're gonna take a look at these cookies again.
Part of y'all.
You can be part of y'all if you want, but I was not actually referencing you. There we go.
You have to move the camera.
Cookies are looking good in there. We're gonna take and start. Let's see, I got about 3 minutes here to get my next batch of cookies started and ready. I don't think I'm gonna be able to roll 12 cookies in 3 minutes here. Well, let's get some of these off the tray. The tray is cool enough to clean. Okay, listen, that's fine. There's other, like, whatever is on your whatever you're responsible for, I want you to be responsible for it. If it's already done, click it off. If it needs to be done, do it. That's the point. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna start. We got cookies off and ready on this tray. Once that other one comes out of the oven, I have a cooling rack ready to go over there for that one.
Yeah, it's taking away when it's got first.
And now, I didn't do that yet, so you still need to do that
I
today.
know.
Okay.
But I'm saying before.
I am going to take away one of your responsibilities. Yes.
So
I don't want to call them chores because you are a fully capable and responsible member of this household, and those are your responsibilities. You are not responsible for doing the laundry. You are responsible for putting your laundry away. It's not a responsibility for me and a chore for you. And don't say it's a responsibility for mom. We share that.
yeah, it's both.
Yeah. We both do laundry. She just does more of it.
Shout out, Guanapo.
Yeah, shout out mom for tackling the laundry on a regular
Shout out,
basis.
Guanapo in the chat.
I don't think Gwen's here in chat. I'm pretty sure she's not.
No, she's
Okay.
not.
She's at work.
Yeah.
She is in fact at work.
I know because I called her and asked her to take me to the corner store.
Okay.
And when she told me to ask you for money and then go, I said, no, I'm not going back outside in the heat after I've already been in the air conditioning.
Did you not want to go back out or did you not want to ask me?
No, I don't want to go back out.
Okay.
I wouldn't be saying this right now if I didn't want to ask you.
Okay. I thought this was like a subtweet or a, what do you call that? Like trying to say the thing to gauge my reaction to see if I'll let you. You feel comfortable taking cookies out of the oven?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking this fast.
No. Do you feel comfortable
Yes.
taking this out of the oven?
Yeah.
Okay. Slide that camera to the side, get the gloves, and pull that tray out of the oven. No. Don't grab it by the camera.
Oh.
It just swings out. Don't stop. Stop touching the camera. Okay, thank you. Just move the whole arm out of the way. It's not recording, but I just replaced the thing that the camera's sitting on because too much grabbing the actual camera made it like messed it up. So now I'm like sensitive about that because yeah, those are good. Those can come out because I know what messed it up before. I just
behind.
got it. Okay, and then put it on that cooling rack on the counter over there. Go. There you go. Oven's close.
So do I pick off
Nope.
cookies?
Nope. You just leave it right there on the cooling rack. Thank you.
Because I could do that too with this one.
No, they're supposed to sit on the tray and cool for a little bit
Can I eat a cookie?
before you take them off. So we need to leave them on the tray. Can you eat a cookie? Yes. And did you eat your
No.
your apple at lunch today?
No.
Okay. Well, you can have that first and then have a cookie.
That apple is rotten already.
That apple is not rotten. It spent 6 hours in your backpack. That apple is fine. If you'd have eaten it at lunch, then it wouldn't be an issue. No, you need to have a piece of fruit today before you eat cookies. Like literally one piece of fruit. Did you have Did you? No. Whatever your, no, apple, something like that. Please eat. I don't care if they don't, it doesn't, it's not, you. Just eat an apple. Cut it up if you want. I don't care what, I don't care what format you eat it in. I would like you to eat an apple. A literal apple. I'm not arguing over this. You need to have some produce today. You need to have a thing, like you're not going to come home and start eating cookies. No, watermelon, as discussed, is delicious and has basically zero nutritional value, nutritional density.
Hey, Google.
No, Cal, don't do that, please. We're not going to ask Google about nutritional density of watermelon. This is not a thing that we look up verbally, okay? Have a piece of fruit. If at any point this evening you want to have some through having a piece of fruit. Apples have natural sugar in them, and we've had this discussion before. We're not going to, I'm not entertaining it again. All fruit has naturally occurring sugar. It's added. There's a difference between apples and cookies.
Is it okay if I say where we went yesterday?
Is it okay if you say where we went yesterday? Yeah, it's okay if you say where we went.
Yesterday we went to Dorney Park for
You need a microphone though, so people can hear you. No, they're not gonna. It's not gonna pick up on my microphone.
Yesterday we went to Dorney.
Don't just get louder. Get a microphone out.
Where?
Oh my God. Caretaker, yes. This is.
home.
Guess who's home? This is the outer portion of the ice cream sandwiches. Yeah, these are the shit. I didn't set a timer, but putting this in the oven. Don't even with me. Pretend like you've never heard me say the word shit before. Okay. Okay. I don't know how long these have been in the oven, but did I even put them in the oven? They're not even in the oven. Okay. Listen to him laugh. Listen to him. This is what happens. He's like, ha ha ha, my presence is making you insane. Yup. Facts.
Yesterday we went to Dorney Park for camp trip.
Again, you need a microphone. It's in this pencil case under here. Take that pencil case out. You can push it from behind if you need. Okay.
Why are there microphones in pencil?
Why are there microphones in a pencil case? So that the cats don't get them. Now hold the button until the light turns on.
Is this thing on?
No, hold the button until the light turns on. Did the light turn on the top? There's only one. It's still on the bottom. Sarah, welcome in. No, that's not a button. That's the mic. The button's on the other side of the microphone from that. There you go. It's the rubbery thing. Feels like a button.
Is it on?
Is the light on?
Yeah.
Then it's on.
Okay. Yesterday we went to Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom, which are both run by Six Flags, and it was fun.
What?
I went on almost all of the roller coasters that I was allowed to. The only ones that I didn't go on were Hydra, Talon, and Possessed. Possessed I was allowed to go on, but it seemed terrifying.
It was terrible.
But I did go on Iron Menace, Steel Force. That was what the other one was called.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderhawk. I liked Iron Menace. That was my favorite.
Iron Menace.
Yeah.
That one was fun.
I never, even though it went upside down like 5 times, I never felt like I was upside down because all I felt like was pressed to the back of my seat the whole time. I was just like,
Iron Menace sounds like a comic book character. It does.
it does, yeah.
It does. It's like a Soviet Russia era like villain, the Iron Menace, or like a
The
wrestler.
Iron Menace.
Yeah.
Terrible impression.
Do y'all like roller coasters? Chad, are y'all like roller coaster fans?
I love roller coasters.
He's into them. When I was a kid, I was not. When I was his age, absolutely you couldn't get me on a roller coaster. Ash has been, speaking of menaces, Ash has been absolutely a terror. Did you notice that the mirror in the hallway is gone? The mirror in the hallway? There's only one hallway with a mirror in it.
That was on top of like the.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know where it is? It's in the trash can because Elsie shattered it all over the floor into a million pieces. Yeah.
Cat counts.
Ash is back. Here he is. Caretaker says, I used to love roller coasters when I was a teen, but a brain injury ended my enjoyment of rides.
A what?
Yeah, that would definitely do it.
A brain injury?
They move your head all around. I don't like it. It like that like bouncing around the whole time. Awful. We were yesterday. We were one of the wooden coasters. Thunderhawk, apparently. I was like holding my head in place like a neck brace. I was I was riding like this. What are slides? Sarah says, yeah, slides are fun.
I went on.
I agree. Sophia, you used to love them? Okay.
I went at Wild Water. Is technically a separate thing from Dorney Park, but they're both run by Six Flags.
Okay. If you're gonna cut this, can you do that in a different location than right here?
Yeah.
Maybe over here. Yeah, over here.
Yeah.
Over here. And I need you to put the little rubber mat underneath that, so that you are so that the cutting board's not moving around. Rubber mats on the floor below that one. Okay. West Edmonton Mall is a huge double loop. In the mall, Caretaker?
Oh, yeah.
You have a roller coaster in the mall?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Well,
Not that specific one.
yeah,
But like
that's awesome.
I've seen a video of a roller coaster in a mall.
I know, what is it? Mall of America has a big roller coaster in it. Or maybe they used to. I don't know. I don't even know if Mall of America is still in business, honestly. But the roller coaster, the indoor coasters are wild. I never was a coaster person as a kid. I only really started liking them we went to Sesame Place, of all places, when he was a much younger, and they had a roller coaster there, and it was like he really wanted to go on it, and Gwen like really didn't want to go on it, and I was like, okay, I'll go. And it was like a Sesame Place roller coaster, like no shade, but Sesame Place roller coaster is not very intense. Not very intense.
I thought it was really intense.
You thought it was intense, but I
because I was
did
like
not.
5 at most.
Yeah, you were 6, maybe, I think. That's maybe how old you were. But I did not find it very intense, and I was like, oh, this is manageable. Like I can do this.
I can do roller coasters.
Yeah, I can do this. This feels okay.
And then you go on Iron Menace and like,
yeah, I think once you realize you're not going to die and you're not going to get like violently ill, it becomes a lot easier to sort of be like, okay, that'll probably be fine. I need to label these somehow. West Edmonton Mall had an amusement park, a gigantic water park, an ice rink, a central water feature with a pirate ship.
all that in the mall.
Damn. That's kind of awesome. That sounds awesome.
Dad said the E word. Today.
chocolate chip. This is just straight vanilla. This is straight vanilla.
I love cutting the cord.
Let's see. What else do we have in here?
All section.
Mm-hmm. This is vanilla, which isn't actually vanilla. This is supposed to be like gummy bear ice cream, but the gummy bears disappeared.
It melted.
They literally melted into nothing. This is also vanilla. And this one,
You made more ice cream today, right?
is vanilla also. No, I did not make more ice cream. I'm using the ice cream that we made this weekend for the...
On Saturday, me and my friends made ice cream.
For everything. Yeah, they did make ice cream. They actually did most of the work too, which I was pretty happy with. They did a great job. We have a lot of ice cream, and I sent each of his friends home with like pints of ice cream, which was kind of okay. We need to bang these cookies. Come on over to the oven. We're gonna take a look at the oven here real quick.
This size.
This is what the cookies look like when they are about 8 minutes in. So we're gonna pick this tray up and bang it down. So they flatten a little bit. And put those back in. Back in, they're still in. Leave those in the oven like that. Funky Pink Cow says nothing like getting out of a wave pool and walking into a Hot Topic. Oh my God, right? Nothing like.
Oh, I love wave pools.
I love Hot Topic. He is pretty good with the knife. Calvin went to a cooking camp this summer and last summer, in fact. So he's had some decent experience with the knife and like the oven and so I don't have any hesitation. Like a few minutes ago when I was like, hey, can you get these cookies out of the oven? Like I didn't feel like I needed to instruct him on how to do that. What did I ask you? I think I asked you if you felt comfortable doing that, which is really what I want to know. Like, do you think you can do it? What are you doing? Matt. I know. But here's what happens. First.
That's what that was for. At the cooking camp, they had little like rubber things at the corner of the cutting board.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are those for?
Keeps your cutting board from slipping around while you're cutting. Because if it slips when you have a knife in your hand and you slip and cut yourself.
But what if I do this? Look.
Right, but
help that much.
It doesn't help that much, he says. Okay. Listen, be right.
I know.
Be right. Don't use it, and when you need to go to the hospital for stitches, I will take you, but I will.
You'll say
I told you so. Exactly. That is exactly correct. I'm going to ask you if you're okay first.
And I'm going to say no, get me to the hospital.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so here's where we're at. I put those cookies, I put the first batch of cookies in the freezer, most of the first batch of cookies, because I'm trying to get those to cool down as much as possible. I would love it if they were actually frozen by the time I put ice cream on them, but they will not be, and that's okay. We're going to finish baking the cookies. I'm going to put them into the freezer. I'm going to continue to put them into the freezer because as long as they are cold, as long as they are not still warm. If they're room temperature, that's okay. I also took the big thing of ice cream that we have out of the freezer and put it in the refrigerator. Now, is that going to cool? Is that going to warm up to the point where it's soft in there in the next hour? No, it's not. But that's okay. I needed the space in the freezer for the cookies. So we are most of the way through baking these cookies. I have one more tray left to put in the oven. I have a tray that needs to come out of the oven.
Now?
Yeah, now. Oh, and then I realized that I also I put my whole cooling rack in the
Can you hold the
freezer.
door for a moment?
No, I'm gonna take these cookies out of the oven, and then I will.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I will, but just give me a second so I can get these out.
All right. Overhead. Those look good. I'm going to put these in the oven. I'm going to start our timer. And if I remember to start my timer, that means that we have successfully set the timer for all of the cookies today. That doesn't always happen, so that's a good thing. All right, we have cookies. Everything's in the oven now. Everything's baking. So I don't need my recipe anymore because I don't need any instruction on how long to cool these for. We're going to cool them until it's reasonable to start using them to put ice cream in. I don't know how necessarily, I've never made ice cream sandwiches, so I'm not really sure what the logistics of like getting the ice cream in are going to be. I was thinking,
No, don't hurt yourself.
funny. I was thinking that I could, and then that, yes. So yeah, Apple, responsibilities. What's left on that? What's left on there? I see stuff that's not checked off. What does it say? Okay. So do that before you open that the Roblox on your iPad. I want you to finish what's on there. Okay? Listen, it's going to take you longer to be morose about it than it will to just do it.
I'm not Nike.
You're what? You're not Nike? That's not.
When did this get opened?
I don't know. Whenever your little paws put it down there. Okay. If you don't want to do the stuff on that chart, you can choose to read for a little while because that didn't happen this morning, or you can choose to go outside and play basketball for a little bit.
Or
But-
I can choose to hold a cat.
But do the stuff on the chart if you're not doing either one of those things. We have an Elsie here. We have an Elsie cat. Do you want to see Elsie? Here she is. Centered. There you go. This is the calico. LC stands for little calico, but it's spelled ELSIE. She came wandering by. She was just about to hop onto the counter. We had an Obi today. Obi was on stream for a moment.
An Obi.
Yeah. Look at Elsie though. She's getting big. They're all, like I said, they're all still growing. They're all still growing.
Hey, listen.
They are very around right now. They're all very around currently.
I need to empty the dehumidifier.
Yes, empty the dehumidifier.
No, it's empty the dehumidifier.
Finish. What else? I'm gonna look at what else is on here. I'm gonna look at here. Oh, this task has been on here for weeks.
Don't put a time on it.
I'm about to. I'm about to put a deadline on that, Town. You're gonna do it over the weekend. No, you won't.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, he's funny.
Yeah,
He's got jokes.
I'll do my best.
Yeah. Listen.
I'll try my best to do it over the weekend.
Okay. How about you just finish that book? How about you just spend some time finishing that book?
Oh yeah. 10 pages a day is all I need.
10 pages a day is a tall order for the amount
It's
that
a
you.
lot. It's less than what we started at.
It is less. That's right.
14.
Well, because we thought the book was 400 pages long, and it's
Yeah.
not. Turns out there's multiple appendices. Who knew? Anyway.
I think it's also because I read 100 pages.
Cool. Well, maybe do some more of that too. Anyway, I got more cookies to pop in the freezer. We're finished.
Come take me to the hospital.
What are you owing about? Obi's over there. Obi is carrying. Obi's carrying. Okay. I'm gonna keep these trays out because I think I'm gonna need somewhere to assemble these ice cream sandwiches. So I'm pretty sure this will be a good tray for it. Sorry, caretaker. I think you had put about the sizing of here for that size cookie. I'm thinking 2 to 3 scoops. I was thinking one of the things that I was considering earlier today was if I had the ice cream when it was cool, when I had just gotten out of the mixer, if I knew I was making ice cream sandwiches with it, what I would do with it is I would spread it on like a sheet pan like this, flat, and then I would just let it, I would freeze it like that, and then I would use like a biscuit cutter just to cut like circles out of it. I did not do that, obviously. So we're going to probably take this ice cream out of the, I think what I'm considering doing, I'm still considering using the biscuit cutter. I'm thinking of like scooping it in there and then like pressing it down with something like the back of a spoon and then putting it between each cookie. Because what I am thinking is if it's not soft enough, I can't just squeeze the cookies together because then it will, like the cookies will break. They're soft, right? So I think the ice cream has to be more fully formed when I put the cookies, when I put it on the cookies. That's my sort of theory of the case. All right, so these I have been in the freezer for what, 5-10 minutes? They're pretty cold. I'm gonna take these and stack them and put my next round on this same tray. So you know what actually I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a wholly separate tray here and put these, the finished ones on here. Finished. I'm gonna put these on this metal tray and put those, and then we'll put the next batch in the freezer in that same spot. These are pretty cold, so I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna take this tray of like cookies that is in progress, and I'm just gonna put that on top of these. Okay, so they're all sort of in there in the same place. Okay. The ice cream to be soft. Yeah. I'm not, like I said, I haven't done this before. So I'm thinking I might just take this ice cream out. So this is what we made on Friday. This was the first batch. This has been in the freezer. It's solid. Like this is pretty solid. I'm gonna take this out right now and just like let it sit on the counter for the next like 20-ish minutes. What I'm guessing is that if I scrape some of this off, I can put it in like a biscuit cutter. I can put it in like a round form and kind of mash it in. And while I'm mashing it in, it will obviously like soften it up a little bit, and that will help like everything stick together. And then I'll just put that, assemble like the cookie sandwich and put that back on the tray in the freezer. That's kind of, it's a bit of a process. I feel like softening the ice cream ahead of time, I think these would be easiest if I was using ice cream that was not pre-made, like right after I'd churned it. Yeah, exactly, caretaker, like one of these. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure out which of these, what?
You're not using all of the cookies now, right?
No, it's fine. I'm not using all of the cookies. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the ice cream in what size? Probably this.
That one.
Maybe
Definitely.
this one. Like a little bit larger, so it's a little bit over around the edge.
Yeah. Mhm.
So this size biscuit cutter.
I think. See. I think you should. I think you should use this one.
No, put that back. Put that down. No,
Doing that is. Yeah.
it's like a spirograph. You ever use a spirograph? One of those circle art things? Uncommon. Hello.
And it's loud.
It is loud.
The noise is.
It is loud and unnecessarily so. All right.
I'm going in the basement with kittens.
Did you put your laundry away?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Time check. 4 p.m. Okay. All right. Got a minute and a half with the last batch of cookies that's in the oven. These are coming along here in the freezer. I'm actually going to take these last couple off of this tray and put them in the freezer as well. So I'm finishing the cookies and giving them time to cool down before anything. Giving the cookies time to cool down, the ice cream time to heat up, and they'll meet in the middle at some point. Ideally. So these, let's actually put the ones that are cooling on top of that. I want to put the ones that are cooling exposed to the air, not the bottom of the sheet pan. There we go. Also, if any of them fall off, then they'll be on the tray. There we go. All right. Close. Perfect. All right. We're not going to make ice cream sandwiches out of all these cookies either, by the way. Like, just to like clear the record. Probably going to make 10 ice cream sandwiches if I can. I might make more. It's likely that I'll make more because I feel like, let's see, if we have we have folks coming over this evening. So who's going to want ice cream sandwiches? Me, Calvin, Gwen, friend 1, friend 2. So 10 ice cream sandwiches will probably get eaten just today. So we have to make at least 10. I'm going to take a tray and prep tray 1, and we'll do another tray. These can go in the these are going to go in the freezer. So once these are made, we're going to need to refreeze them again, because the ice cream's going to be frozen and cool, heat up a little bit, and then the cookies hopefully will be not broken. All right, so this is done. Those cookies are looking good and finished. I mentioned making quiche for dinner, so we're going to take our quiche. Oh, are we going to take our quiche out of here? Oh, hold on, Jenga. Everything is sitting on top of the quiche. Hold on. Am I messing with anything? There we go. I need to keep these cookies falling over. How are we going to do that? We're going to sit them on top of a burrito. I love freezer Jenga. It's my favorite thing. Just kidding. It feels very fraught. Okay, that's fine. As long as they're in the freezer, I don't really care. All right, so quiche. This is the broccoli cheddar quiche that I made 2 weeks ago for one of my friends. I made a bunch of food. I made 4 quiches. I kept one of them. I made a bunch of soup. We had that the other day. So I kept like a small selection of the things that we made recently, just so I could have them for like this purpose, right? Liz, welcome in. Hello. Liz, we were supposed to be IRL today, but I couldn't get my IRL stuff. I'm setting up a whole new stream setup for IRL things, and I couldn't get it done. But we're making ice cream sandwiches about it, and I'm feeling slightly defeated, but also like whatever, it's fine. It's fine. We're putting a little bit of tin foil around the crust because the crust will cook way faster than the quiche. This quiche is frozen solid, like legit, like could be used as a weapon kind of frozen solid. Streaming regardless. Yeah, I was looking forward to it, so I was like, oh shoot, I don't want to just like cancel because I'm not IRL. What can I do? And then I was like, wait, I have all this ice cream. Let's make ice cream sandwiches. But we're using this 100 Cookies cookbook today. We're making the soft ice cream sandwiches out of that book again, because they were so good the first time. So I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with it. Let's try scooping some ice cream into the biscuit cutter and just see how that works. I don't anticipate that this will be like the final version, but we'll see. I have some cookies that are cold already. That were the first batches of cookies out of there. So I am going to make an attempt. We'll do attempt number 1 here. I also have chocolate chips that I want to put in to a little container so I can put them around the side. So let's get out a container for that. What am I going to put those on? Maybe one of those little boat bowls that I have. I need to see if I have any more AAA batteries, because this is, I do. Hey, look at that. Here's some fresh ones. Because my timer is going to die here. It is like blinking. It's blinking. It's pleading to have fresh batteries put in it. So, Elizabeth, assembling and refreezing is exactly what I think is the right move here. Wait, are these batteries in backwards? Are they in backwards or are they no good? Or did the timer, or did I just mess things up completely? All right, there we go. I haven't made these before, so I'm just kind of assuming that that would be the right move. All of my cookies are out of the oven. The last dozen are on the 13 are on the tray over here. I'm just going to leave those on the tray because I don't need them yet. I don't actually anticipate needing them at all. I have a bunch that are in the freezer already, cooling quickly, hopefully quickly. But let's see how this works here. We're going to give this a try. I've got a tray of ice cream. We made ice cream on Friday and I did not have anywhere to put it, and I didn't want to have my ice cream bucket in use. I didn't want to scoop ice cream out of it when it was cold or completely frozen. So I put it in here. I put it in a cake pan because that seemed reasonable. That was 2 scoops of ice cream. And I'm just going to put this, I'm pressing. I didn't get the chocolate chips out. Shit, I just said that I should do that and I didn't. So I'm pressing that in. That looks good. That seems good. I actually don't. Yeah, hell yeah. That came out really well. Let me get my chocolate chips and put those in a thing before anything else here. Liz, he asked for this year. what did he ask for this year? He was like, can we do like cupcakes with my friends and then like ice cream cake with the family? And I was like, sure, that's fine. We're doing a birthday party at a location, like a venue thing. So we're not doing anything. I'm not doing any food for that. When we come back here after that, we're gonna do some cupcakes, and then I think we're just gonna do like a fruit tray or something. Like nothing significantly. Nothing that takes like significant effort, I will say. So the effort this year is minimal as far as party stuff is concerned, which is a mercy, I would say, because we have had a very busy summer and it's just been one thing after another. And you know, having a summer birthday, I don't know if any of y'all have summer birthdays, but they sneak up on you. It's also kind of difficult with like other people having busy schedules and like, hey, yeah, we're not around for the entire month of August, you know? And like, that's tough. That can be really tough. So I put out the invites for the birthday weeks ago, a month, 2 months ago. So it's happening. Birthday's next week as well. Are you doing anything special? Are you like planning anything for yourself? You do like, what are your birthday traditions? I feel like we've definitely talked about this before. I know for myself, I don't really do anything for mine, but Calvin seems to enjoy a birthday party. Calvin message. Okay, nobody messaged who. Nobody for that I need to speak to right now. Okay, so here we go. Good looking ice cream sandwich. We're gonna put some chocolate chips around the outside. There we go. Ice cream sandwich number 1. It needs to be frozen. Ah, hold on. This needs to go in the freezer. This needs to go in the freezer immediately. It's already melting. Where am I gonna put it when it goes in the freezer? Shit. I don't have enough space. Okay, that's fine. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna assemble these on a plate and put them in the freezer. Okay. And here's what I'm gonna do. This cookie can fit inside of here. So I'm going to scoop the ice cream on top of the cookie. Concert this week. Concert next weekend. Don't particularly like birthdays. But getting yourself out for something is nice. It is nice that folks were touring, though. That's cool. Do you prefer to go to concerts solo? That's a general question. I personally don't like going to concerts with other people. I would rather go to a concert myself and then meet up with people afterward than have to like deal with other people while I am there. Okay, well, this is messy but working. Messy, but it's actually maybe easier than I was thinking. Maybe. I don't know. Chapstick Queen, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I think that's too much ice cream. I think one generous scoop or 2 conservative scoops. One person, so not too bad. One person is good. I was just talking about this yesterday with a friend of mine about going to concerts, because he just went to see somebody. He went to see Billy Strings in Woodstock, and I was talking about like, do you like having friends with you when you go? And he was like, kind of. We were talking about how like when you actually get to the show, when you like go into the show, is when you are then like, okay, we're finished hanging out. I'm gonna leave. You're gonna like, we're all gonna go our separate ways, and then we'll meet up like after the fact. Because I don't like having to manage other people's stuff, not stuff, but like I don't like having to be like, are you all having a good time? You know, like, are there too many people around you? Like, do you want to get farther to the front and I don't? Like, I just enjoy being able to do it on my own. All of those decisions on my own. And then like you meet up afterward and you all go to the diner or something. The diner. That's a very East Coast thing to say. But this is actually working quite well. I think that the biscuit cutter is a little large for what I want. So I might take the for the next one here, I might the next bunch, I'm going to use a smaller cutter. I actually need to do a couple things. I need to set a count up timer for my oven so I know how long the quiche has been in there. 1. I need to add some more chocolate chips to this bowl. And then slightly smaller biscuit cutter, because that is like really over the edge of the cookies, and it's like a little too much. So we'll see. I thought I just heard the tone, but I don't see the check-in for the entry. It was, I think it was there. It was there recently. There's a tone when it ends too. It's like a boom boom tone. It's actually the Windows XP error sound. It is the tone that plays when it's not there anymore. For what it's worth. Okay, I need to pause. I keep opening the oven, or not the oven. I keep opening the freezer with like my pinky. I'm gonna put a little towel around here so I'm gonna tie a towel in here so I can just grab the towel, because my hands have ice cream all over them, and I don't want to get ice cream all over my freezer, but I do want to be able to open it. So it's kind of a silly thing, but I am like, let's just put a towel in a knot on the door so I can just like grab it with ice cream hands and pull it open. This is a thing I've never done on stream before. All right, so the ice cream sandwiches are looking really good. I was worried about the firmness of the cookies, but the way that I'm kind of going about this is making it not really relevant. Liz, the cookbook did not. The cookbook was just talking about, it was just the cookies. So the recipe that I'm doing is the soft chocolate chip cookie recipe. And so this one is not specific for ice cream sandwiches at all. It's just like specifically for chocolate chip cookies. The sandwich portion of this, I'm just riffing. This is my own thought on how to assemble this. And so I'm sort of, that's why I'm kind of going with some different options here. This biscuit cutter, changing the size of the biscuit cutter, kind of figuring out how to do the assembly. But this looks good. Look at this. Look at this. This is a decent looking ice cream sandwich. I see, but I have to get, yes, the towel. See, I have to get this in the freezer though, because the ice cream is soft, and because it's soft, it's also quite melty. But the cookies cookies have cooled down completely. And this is, they're assembling pretty easily and pretty happy with them. Now, these aren't specifically for anything. We just have, we have an abundance of ice cream in the house because I got that a new ice cream maker last week, and over the weekend, Calvin had his friends over. They all made ice cream. I made a test batch. So the batch that we made on Thursday on stream was the batch that we made on Thursday on stream. The ice cream from that I made on Friday. That's actually what I'm making the sandwich. The ice cream I'm making the sandwiches out of is from the ice cream batch that we made on Thursday. Liz, I had the cookies in the freezer just to cool them down after the oven. I'm keeping them in there because I'm opening the freezer regardless. Is my thought is I'm opening it to put the cookies in individually, like no matter what. So I might as well just keep them in there and just grab every time I open the freezer to put a sandwich in, I take 2 out. Like, if anything else, it just keeps them a little bit colder. But yeah, I mean, leaving them on the counter certainly would be more efficient. So would having a blast freezer, which I wouldn't say no to. And I'm trying a little different technique here with the chips on the outside, because I feel like sort of the ice cream, patting the ice cream in also would be a good idea. So these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I already made 7 of these. So we're doing great. I can fit 12 on a tray. And I don't think these are going to go bad either. That's like, you know, they're cookies and ice cream, and you store them in the freezer. So we're making these today for no specific reason. Are all of them turning into sandwiches? No, I think I'm probably I don't know where I'm going to stop, because I'm sort of, not gonna lie, I'm having fun putting these together, and they are easier than I was expecting to assemble, for what that's worth. So I feel I'm gonna do at least 12 sandwiches, because as I said, we're gonna eat like 10 of them today. So like, I want to see, I'm gonna do at least this whole tray. So there will be 3, 6, 9, 12 on that tray. And then I'll probably do as many sandwiches as there are cookies in the freezer right now, I think is the goal. 10 of them. No, we have some folks coming over this evening. So there's another kid from Calvin's karate class who's coming over with their parent to get some additional like instruction for that. She has a test coming, a belt test coming up, and Calvin is a like junior instructor for the karate school. So their parent asked if he would be able and interested in doing like a little extracurricular lesson, which he was very happy and willing to do. So they're going to do that this evening for a little while. I don't know how long they'll be here, but I did text and say like, hey, you know, why don't you all come over here? Like, I mopped the floor and made ice cream sandwiches. And they were like, okay, like, sounds great. We'll be over. So I'm assuming these are pretty small. I don't know, they're not that small actually, now that I'm kind of thinking about it. But they're not like jumbo. So I know for me, I'm personally going to eat 2 of these. I can't really speak for anyone else, but I'm 100% having 2 of these. 1 for sure on stream. 1 for sure later. So really, quite literally, I'm probably going to have 3 of these. It's fine. It's fine. It's summer. It's summer. Ice cream sandwiches that you make yourself don't count, right? Not that we're counting. But I'm also trying to use up this ice cream because we made a lot of it. Once this tray is gone, I still have 6 pints of ice cream in the freezer, like 6 pints of ice cream. So like the motivation today was like, all right, use up a bunch of ice cream. How can we do that? So obviously ice cream sandwiches was an answer. One of the things that I thought of. The other one was just eating it. I probably could, Liz. Actually, that's a great idea. Yeah, because some of it, I don't really want all of it, honestly. Like, we made it, but I don't want that much ice cream. And it's not like it's going to go bad, but it's also, you know, it's like not sealed. It's not going to be, completely, what's the word I'm searching for? It's not going to be too good after a while. I'm going to take these cookies. So these are all cold now, cold enough. I'm going to take these off of the tray because I need to get a second tray in that freezer to put cookies onto. So now we are in cookies out of the freezer mode. I'm still going to open the freezer to put them in when I'm finished, but we have cookies out of the freezer, and now I can see kind of what I have left over here. Share the wealth indeed. Yeah, one of the places one of the places does have a freezer. And I'm sure they would be happy if there was ice cream in there. No doubt about it. That's a great idea. Maybe I'll just take some of that down there this evening. But yeah, the community fridge, there's a bunch. So that's a big thing here in Philly are these these community fridges that have, usually there's a freezer, like a full refrigerator. So fridge, freezer, and then pantry associated with them. So there's like 3 within a few blocks of my house. They're all over the place. They're usually right near a bus stop is the most common place for them. Okay, I'm just taking a real quick pause to wipe the counter, reset, put some more chocolate chips in here. That'll be the rest of that bag. And then I think we'll do whatever is left of this ice cream. Something's going to run out first, either the ice cream, the cookies, or the chocolate chips. Whenever one of those things runs out, then we're going to be finished. So I'm guessing that the ice cream is going to run out first, but I don't know. We'll see. This tray needs to go in the freezer, so we'll put that in when we put our first cookie in. We're going to keep going here with these. The little ring mold here, the biscuit cutter mold, worked really well. This was I'm pretty proud of myself for thinking, for using it this way. Obviously it's a ring mold. It's like, this is kind of what it's meant for, is, you know, creating things to be round. So not a novel use of it, but certainly I have not made ice cream sandwiches before, so it's a new use of it for me. Okay, let's put this in the freezer now. And we have 12 ice cream sandwiches, that was 13 going in. This is a chocolate chip ice cream too. It's vanilla chocolate chip. So there's not only chocolate chip cookies and then chips on the outside, but the actual ice cream going into the center is also chocolate chip ice cream. So we have an abundance of chocolate chips happening in this particular version. Beth, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Now my ice cream is definitely getting a little meltier. Liz, I did not use the pie weights on the most recent quiche because I did not make the pie dough. So the most recent quiche that I made, the one that is in the oven right now, was just a generic pie shell that I bought at the store. I have not made pie dough yet. I had considered it today, actually. I was thinking of making pie today because in addition to ice cream, I also have an abundance of apples. And I was like, oh, I could make apple pie today. But I thought that that might take too long to cook. So I went with something that was a little more, in my mind anyway, a little bit more straightforward. Boris, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Liz, I just bought 6 ears of corn today. I didn't even mean to. I was just like, I meant to get eggs, and they had corn at the farmer's market when I went, and I was like, oh, I guess we're doing it. I don't know what I'm doing with it, obviously. When I buy corn, I very rarely know what I'm doing with it right away. I don't usually buy it with a plan. I just buy it because it's there. I mean, how else? You know, I do buy it with when I see it, I make a plan in my head to justify buying it. This time I actually didn't. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but it'll happen. All right, we have enough ice cream for one more sandwich here after this one. And this will be perfect. Blacksmith says, how do I send home knives from Japan? So you're in Japan sending knives. You have knives, you have like a set of knives that are in your possession that you want to pack up or that you want to be able to like just mail somewhere, right? I would say, what I would probably say is that is, as far as I know, it's not a restricted class of things to ship, but it is a, you need special packaging for it. I don't think there's any restrictions on sending them though. I think they need to just to be wrapped. I would probably, while I'm there, I would probably also buy a few like nice towels, like tea towels, and wrap them in that. And mail them in like a really tight box, like kind of tighten everything up in there. Really like pack it with a bunch of towels and other stuff, and then just mail them in a regular box. I don't think there's any restrictions on them though. And Liz, to Liz's point, yeah, they might ship them for you depending on where you get them. If it's like a good knife shop, I would probably opt to just have them shipped. You could you could definitely fly home with them. You just have to check them in your bag. I'm pretty sure I know that you can't take them on the plane itself, but you can take anything in a checked bag. As long as it's not like a liquid or chemical, like if it's a knife, like you can definitely take knives. I've put pocket knives in my checked bag before. I don't think that's an issue. And you cannot put them in your carry-on though. If they are a thing that you're worried about jostling around, I would definitely ask a store though if you're buying them. But not for nothing, I would put them in a box with I would wrap them tightly with towels and tape and then put them in a box with more towels. I'm just eating the liquid ice cream out of here because it's really good. All right, that was all of my ice cream sandwiches. That was particularly fun to do. Callie, Calvin. He can't hear me. He's downstairs with the basement door closed. I love ice cream liquid. It's so good. But I'm trying to call him upstairs because he said he wants cookies. Is your cat named Hobbs? No, we don't have a Hobbs yet. We do have an orange cat. You know, it's really funny. Calvin was named after that comic strip, but we never got him like a little stuffed tiger as a kid. I don't even think he has conservatively 50, maybe 70 stuffed animals on his bed right now. No tigers, which is weird. Not weird. It's just never. We named him Calvin for the comic strip, but not. We didn't like lean into it. You know what I mean? It didn't like become a personality. Blacksmith says, I own all the comics and I'm 38. I'm 41 and I own all the comics. So well met. Liz, we do have some foster cats. We have 2 currently. We had 3. Hold on a sec. I'm going to mute my mic and yell. Okay. Liz, we had 3. Link was adopted on Friday. I went to a foster home, not a foster home, sorry. Went to a permanent home on Friday. He was adopted by one of Calvin's school friends, their family, not the friend, the family. The other 2, so Gannon and Zelda, are actually both spoken for. They just haven't been collected yet. They are Zelda is going to a home. Great. Pause that. Turn that off.
Okay.
Hold on. Calvin, do you recommend that Lena come over in her uniform?
I don't care. I don't think it matters. Can I
Okay.
have this one?
Yes.
Ooh.
Because that's as close to sorry, I am responding to another adult who is coming over with her daughter to get a karate lesson later. Okay. Link got adopted on Friday with a friend who Calvin knows from school. Gannon is going to a friend's, one of my friends' houses, and then Zelda is actually going to the same house that Pluto and Saturn went to. So Zelda, Pluto, and Saturn are all going to be living in the same home.
Middle school.
Yeah, it's definitely middle school, and for like in a weird way, different schools in Philly have different ways that they like structure their grades. So the way that his school is structured, they considered him in middle school last year. I personally consider sixth grade to be middle school. So last year was like, to me, was like middle school light. Another 3-cat home, right? All the same campus. No, all the same. These are the cookies we made today, by the way. This is the outside. That's the inside. Calvin says they're very good. 7th and 8th, 6th, 7th, and 8th for middle. Same. I had K through 5 was elementary school. 6 through 8 was middle, and then 9 through 12 was high school. Different buildings, totally different schools. So, in my head, he was in elementary school last year. He wasn't, according to the school, but according to other schools in the school district, he would have been. So, take your pick.
I think according to my other school, I was last year is still elementary.
Different places in the city. Yeah. His would be too. Many of the elementary schools here go through 8th grade. So middle and elementary and middle school are combined in a lot of the schools. So
yes. Good question.
So yes to the question. You did have different periods, different classes, different teachers. Man, these cookies are great. I made a bunch of ice cream sandwiches. They're freezing in there. One of them, we're probably gonna try one in a moment. But yeah, this was good. This was easier than I was imagining it to be. 7, 8, and 9 was junior high, 9 says. To me, that makes a lot of sense. Elementary was one teacher with all subjects. Same, Liz. My elementary school was, I had one teacher for pretty much all of my classes. There was I think we switched for music. We switched for the specials. So like music, gym, whatever else we had. I don't even remember what else we had.
I think that's what
and that was up through 5th.
Kindergarten. First and second was.
Okay.
We started switching classes in 3rd grade.
It's weird. Different gym, different music.
We did have a different person for science, but science was considered like a special. It was music, gym, and science for the 3 specials.
Okay. We had one teacher for everything. One teacher for everything, and then the middle school, we switched for every period. High school, we switched for every period.
Switched for every what?
Every period, or every class.
Wait, middle school you switched for every period?
Yeah, I had an English writing teacher and an English literature teacher, a math teacher, a science teacher, and a social studies teacher, and they were all different. All different. Actually, no, English reading, sometimes the English teacher was the same. And then we had different teachers for home economics, for shop, for music, for gym.
I wish home economics was still a thing.
Liz is 20 minutes from where I grew up, and the schooling is completely different. It is wildly different. And even the things that they're learning are very different too. The way that, goodbye. The way.
Waiting for permission.
Body language. Go downstairs if you're okay.
I'm opening my thing.
Okay. Why don't you watch where you're walking and then start looking at YouTube? Okay. Anyway, yeah, we had very different, growing up, school was very different. And I mean, it's, one of my friends, his elementary school experience was up through 8th grade. And then he was in 2 schools total. I was in, moving aside, I was in 3. He had kindergarten through 8th grade in the same place, and then high school in a different, high school in a different place. And that was that was normal too. So I think it just depends on the district too. But what the ways that they're learning how to do stuff now is interesting. And like the different rules and the stuff like that. Like, you know, they're you know, I was on the cusp of like computer literacy time. Like I remember one of the specials that I had in middle school was computer lab, where we learned like how to open a word processing document, how to save a file, like literally how to save a file. It was like a thing, like a question on a test. Which of these icons would you click to save your file? Like, what? It was kind of wild, but now it's definitely very different now. Not that much different. Like it's hard, like they're still teaching the fundamentals, especially in English and all, but it's like harder to do because there's more outside influence from, you know, there's more internet. Computers are more powerful and more prevalent, and they live in your pocket. You know, it's very different. So I don't love it, but at the same time, it's the world we live in. School couldn't fit us into the normal middle school, fella said. Did you all have like the mobile classrooms? I was always jealous. I never got to have a class in one of those. I always wanted to be like in the mobile classroom. It sort of felt like camping or like an RV to me. Oh, that's so funny. Bellis, the cafeteria was probably felt very small at that time. We had 199 in my graduating class. Very small school. Oh my God. That sounds like a lot of people. That is an intense graduating class. I knew the first and last name of everybody in my graduating class when I was in high school. I remember that. I remember like, yeah, I bet you if you showed me their yearbook picture right now, I would probably be able to name more than half of my graduating class, first name, last name. What am I doing with my brain, and why do I even need this information? I don't. Yeah, third graders and ninth. There's a big difference between third graders and ninth graders, just physically. And ninth graders don't want to be around third graders either. That's the thing. It's like, even if you're using the same, I don't know, like Calvin School, they're very, they separate the high school from the middle school, like physically. Like the high school is in like a different section of the building than the middle school, which is nice. Like that's really good and helpful. Yeah, Liz, the maturity difference is wild. And it's different too. Like I see the maturity difference between some of Calvin's friends, like, you know, some of the girls in his class versus some of the boys in his class. And that divide widens a little bit before it narrows again. So we're moving into the time, we're moving into a different era here of like child rearing and development, which is fine. I'm ready for it. Oh God. Oh, Velas, they just opened the school for 500 people. Oh my God. Does Calvin have social media? No, he does not. He has a YouTube account, but he does like just to watch stuff on. He does not have social media. He has not asked for it, and if he asks, the answer would be no. Currently, the answer would be no. Currently, I don't think any of his friends do either, and I'm, frankly, I'm not interested in, like, we're not entertaining that. It hasn't even come up. I do know that he has text, like they text. He and his friends text a lot. which is whatever. It's fine. It's like that's just sort of how it is. He texts more than I do. That's for sure. Oh my God. No, that's really funny. A round building. You're like having class at the Pentagon. The Pentagon is not round. The Pentagon is pentagonal. What am I even talking about? Oh my God. Uncommon, setting up MySpace. MySpace for me was college. High school. No, high school. High school, and then the very start of college. When I started college, I remember when, so I was in college and I was working for the student newspaper, and I remember when Facebook launched and they were like, okay, we're going to open it to some new schools. And there was like a front page article about like, will Facebook come to our university? It did, and it was awful. But yeah, like I remember MySpace. Oh my God, the top 8. There aren't even 8 people I like. I know. Top 8 was so was very, very scary. People got personally hurt or personally like offended that they weren't in your top 8. I didn't have enough friends that cared. Vela says MySpace was created in 2003. Okay, so I was literally in college. Okay. I thought, see, in my brain, MySpace existed in high school. It didn't. Okay. So, yeah. God. I graduated high school in 2002. Yeah, caretaker. I remember when Facebook was only for post-secondary students. I do too. I remember when they launched it, and it was like a big question. People were like, are they going to bring Facebook to our school? What's it going to mean for our student body to have Facebook? Wrong question. The better question is, what's it going to mean for our society as a whole to have this? It's not great. Okay, I'm moving these ice cream sandwiches over, and then we're going to take one off of this tray and eat it. I don't even use it anymore. I do have one. I deleted my Facebook account for almost a decade. And I opened it again. The only reason I opened a Facebook account again was because Calvin's school had a bunch of different like parent and age based, like grade based groups for the classes, and I wanted to be able to be in them just to like because to see what's going on. I didn't want to be left out, you know what I mean? And so I literally activated it again. The fucking within 5 minutes of activating it again, I had like 25 friend requests, and I was like, what the hell? Like an ex from like high school was like friend request number 2, and I was like, what the f is happening here? I don't want this. So I did go back through and like delete everything off of my profile. It like the scary thing about reactivating my Facebook profile was that I deleted it a long time ago. And when I remember when I deleted it, and it was like, we'll delete your information. No, they didn't. They literally didn't. It was all still there. Every bit of information that I had on Facebook before was there still. It was like time stopped. Terrifying. Honestly, terrifying and annoying. Okay, we're gonna cut this in half just to see what this looks like in the middle. Obviously, you wouldn't do this if you were just enjoying it as it is. Here's an ice cream sandwich. This is it. Looking pretty good. This one is a little, the ice cream's a little squished out of the sides because I just cut it. But like, looking pretty good on the inside there. Yeah, Uncommon, you said you manually deleted things. I went back and manually emptied my profile of all information when I reactivated it. God damn. That's going to be so much better when the ice cream is frozen solid. That is fantastic. Soft cookie, vanilla ice cream, lots of chocolate chips. Very delicious. Yeah, Velas, they don't make it easy to find. Camille, thank you. So years ago, this was I left that job in 2015. Well, so, excuse me. Well, there's not enough people caring to go back and Google you. Yeah. It's why my phone number, the area code for my phone number is not from the state that I live in. And that's how I know I'm getting spam calls, because it's from like the area code or the place where my phone is from. Oh. Oh, bigger than I thought. Oh, it's amazing. Amazing. Congratulations. Yeah, the Facebook thing's wild. 2015, I left the job. I was working at an agency doing social media marketing. And I was like chronically online. Like, this was back when I was like meeting people socially on Twitter and like having them come to my apartment. Not like back page Craigslist ad type of meeting people, but like, hey, you seem fun. We have a bunch of mutuals. I'm having some people over tonight. Why don't you come over? Like, different era internet. And when I left that job, I was like, I'm done with being online. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm sick of this. So I left. I deleted all my stuff. I deleted Facebook, deleted Twitter, and I do not regret it. Well, I said half twist cone with toasted coconut, custard soft ice cream. That sounds delicious. I love coconut ice cream. Is that how I met the missus? No, that was before all that. That was before Facebook. Well, we met in school. We met in university. Before any of that shit existed. And we met IRL. Like actual IRL, seeing another human in the world. Very weird now. I don't meet anyone like that anymore. Yeah, I think I did just deactivate it. I don't think I actually deleted it, but what you should do, I'm aware of this now, is that if you're leaving a network like that, you deactivate your account, but you leave it registered. That way you can keep, that way your name is still there, especially with Facebook or, you know, a network where you have like your brand name. And even if you're not going to use a network, I still do this. Like when something launches or goes live, if it's like reasonable to do so, I'll go and reserve my name on there. That way no one else can take it. Uncommon. Don't use your real name. Yeah, don't do that anymore. I used to. When I was on Twitter, when I was talking about that time of life when I was like chronically online, my Twitter handle was my first and last name. Like full government name. And I used it for everything. I met people that way. I put all my thoughts into the world under my real name. And like nobody does that anymore. But a lot of people did. Some people do. Some people still do that. Public figures do that. I mean, people who have like writers will do that. People that are whose business is their brand. Pseudonym. Yeah, you just shouldn't do that anymore. I know better now. We were all very innocent back then. I just used Liz. Elizabeth is a pretty common first name. That's fair. Yeah. And like, I use my real first name here. Like my first name really is Lou, like in real life. Like if you saw me on the sidewalk and yelled at, it wouldn't be, I would turn around and look. But like, I don't use my last name as my handle anymore. And I spent a long time, this was like 2 or 3 years ago, going through where my name was publicly and like submitting takedown requests and putting like deleting those accounts, that type of thing. Just so that it like kind of constricted my digital footprint. But I mean, I'm not, you know, I've been pretty online, you know, from the start. So I've done a lot of work, like actual work, like work under my real name, my full name, which I'm happy with. I'm like, I don't feel weird about that, but I don't like use it as my like Twitter handle anymore. I think we're past that stage. If people called out my handle in real life, I'd turn around. Uncommon Wolf, I see you. Be like, what? Listen, if someone called out any name from this chat in real life, I would turn around. Be like, what? Even if it was like loosely associated. You know, the only people I've ever met. I like it. I like that, Liz. Thank you. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean now. Part of that was also a very intentional decision, because I was like, I'm not going to try to have a different name. Like, it would be weird to me to not use my name online. I introduced myself as True Caretaker or Leroy to streamers I've met, which is reasonable. Yeah, and like, I think, you know, this is sort of a bit of advice that I give people. When it's like one of those things at TwitchCon where, you know, if you go regularly, one of the things I say, or that I've put out publicly into the world as like advice is to, if you have like a thing that you wear on stream regularly, to wear that to TwitchCon. Like for me, this is like, I guess this is an outfit I would wear, but I would probably wear like my rainbow hat, which I did the last time. Because like when you see people there, when you see people out in the world in real life, it's like, oh, it's just like a tell, like, oh, a visual indicator, because, you know, if you don't look the same, it's like, it's weird. Miss Molly makes not being Molly shocked me when I first found out. Today I learned. Yeah, that's definitely like a bit of branding for sure. That's a good bit of branding. And if you can own it, that's great. If you, I know that for me, I would never get used to it. I would never get used to someone being like, I don't know, saying a different name for me. 9 says, I had a friend IRL call me 9 of 12 and I was super startled. He had just thought of it and had no exposure to my internet community. Oh, that's wild. Well, that validates their username then. Like that validates I think, obviously that you like show up in real life, maybe the same way that you do on stream. When I think about it, I don't know any Lou's either. Do I know another Lou? I don't. I know like public figures with that name. For those who don't know, my name is September. Which is, as we know, the 9th month of the year. Yeah, not using your real name online, I think would be, for me, I just couldn't do it. It was a very intentional decision when I started streaming that I had thought about before I ever hit go live. And I was like, I will use my actual name because I don't want to add another layer of complication to this. There's already all this tech shit involved. I don't need that. I don't need that. Which, you know, is fine. It's where we are now. Man, those cookies were really good. I'm really happy with them. Today was a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, I'll make the cookies and then I'll make dinner. But I also was like, I don't want to. We again, Calvin and Scott, we have some folks coming over around 6 p.m. to like do some karate things. So I abstained on the making of dinner. We have quiche in the oven, and that's fine. That's why we have quiche. That's why we make it, so that I can just have an easy dinner like that. The oven was already on, you know? Exactly. Someone finding out and making it into some kind of bullshit. Listen, you can find my name easily. Like literally anyone who wants to can find it. It's not going to be difficult. This isn't a challenge. There's no prize if you do, but it is not difficult, genuinely. Because as I said, I've had a very public internet persona for like 20 some years. So not like, you know, not like influencer status, but like, you know, you put your real name on enough things, they stick around. Okay. We are just about wrapped today. I think I know what we're going to raid. Unless someone has a very strong opinion, we must go here. I have thoughts. About where I would like to be. Let's see. Hold on. Let me actually look at my live following list. I only looked at the food and drink. Yeah, it's very like, if you've put public work out in the world under your own name, you just kind of have to own it. I feel like it's hard to hide. It really is. But I don't like, it's not in the stream title or anything. You know what I mean? I think we're going to raid a new to me streamer today. Someone who has been cooking online. I've seen them cooking quite a bunch. They currently have 4 pots on the stove. I was in politics. Yup, that'll do it. That definitely will do it. I was a writer, so yeah. As I mentioned, writers use their own name for things. We are going to raid Sensei of Sensation. They're about to drop something delicious, it looks like, on a black stone grill, flat top grill. But they're a food and drink streamer. Wait, did I see a flat top grill? I thought I just saw a flat top grill. I don't know. Whatever. Mushroom sauce, welcome in. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Nice to have you. Did we meet? We met, right? Did we meet at TwitchCon? I feel like we did. I feel like that your name is super familiar, and I'm like, I feel like I remember meeting you. We definitely met at TwitchCon last year. Yeah. Has to be. I feel like I remember. Hold on. I'm looking at your channel. We did. Okay. Yes. Not to be creepy. Anyway, well, welcome in. We were going to do an IRL stream today, but we didn't. We might do that on Thursday, but probably not. We'll see. I'm trying to get a whole new IRL setup together. So for those of y'all who were like, why didn't you do an IRL today? When you said you said you were going to be IRL, I'm disappointed. Cool. That's fine. Be disappointed. There's more. I'm doing a whole new IRL setup. I'm like rebuilding the server, the cloud server from like, I just changed services. So I'm starting with like a fresh install of OBS, figuring out how to do StreamerBot in the cloud. It's a whole thing. So I was working on that a bunch today. I thought I was going to be finished by the time I was ready to go live. I wasn't, so we'll do that. I might pop up on the Out With Dad account at some point in the next day, 2 days, for like a little test situation. Unlikely, but maybe. But regardless, we'll be live again on Thursday of this week. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing. We'll probably be cooking again, and if we're cooking, we're going to be right here. So we probably did chat about that. I know it was in the context of an IRL thing. I don't remember if it was during the IRL meetup or if it was out on the street. I mean, I met quite a few people out on the street, which was super fun. But we're going to raid Sensei of Sensation today. As I said, Sensei of Sensation is a new, to me, food and drink streamer who seems to be very in it in terms of getting the pots and pans going. So we're going to start that raid. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Thank you. I always have questions. I have so many questions. There's so many questions. How do I do it? My current pressing question is, how do I run 2 separate StreamerBot instances, one on a cloud server, one on my local machine? What is the easiest possible way to keep them synced up without using a OneDrive folder? That's my current question. I think I have the answer to that, but if you have any tips, happy to take them. All right, we're going to start this raid. We're raiding Sensei of Sensation.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye sounds are on. Raid messages are on. They're in the chat now. And maybe.
Okay, bye now.
There's a bunch of social media links. Hey, we got one last click me. Oh shit, there's gonna be 2. One last click me redeem if you want it. Get it now. It's you can get it in with your goodbye sounds. Thanks for hanging out today, y'all. I appreciate your company. It's always lovely to have company.
So long, farewell.
Just doing random crap in the kitchen. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much.